Every generation has its icon, but few change the game entirely. This is the story of a man who went from welfare lines in Dublin to the throne of the fight world. He didn't just fight, he conquered. He didn't just win, he spoke it into existence. This is the rise, the reign, and the reckoning of the notorious Conor McGregor. Before the world knew his name, Conor McGregor was already making waves in Europe. In Cage Warriors, he did what no one had done, capturing 2 world titles in 2 divisions. That caught the UFC's attention. And in 2013, the gates opened.
24 years old, great winning streak as he makes his UFC debut.
His debut was a statement, a first-round finish that showed the world his left hand was real, and so was the hype. 1 fight became 2, then 3, then 4, and each time, the knockouts got cleaner, the crowd got louder, and the belief grew stronger. He tore through the featherweight division like a storm. At UFC 194, he faced the reigning king of the division, a man undefeated for 10 years. The world expected war. 13 seconds, 1 punch, and a new undisputed featherweight champion was born. As the world crowned him a superstar, Conor looked to climb even higher. But first came a shock. A late opponent switch led to his first UFC loss, choked out by Nate Diaz in a war that tested everything. But McGregor came back. He demanded a rematch. And at UFC 202, in one of the greatest fights in history, he battled for 5 bloody rounds and evened the score. Then came history. UFC 205, Madison Square Garden. Against Eddie Alvarez, McGregor's masterpiece unfolded. Precision, control, domination. He became the first fighter in UFC history to hold titles in 2 divisions at the same time. The double champ era had arrived. But Conor wasn't finished chasing history. He stepped away from MMA to chase a once-in-a-lifetime event. But the return to MMA wasn't smooth. In 2018, he faced his greatest rival, an undefeated Russian mauler named Khabib Nurmagomedov. This fight was more than sport. It was war. Words turned to venom. Emotions exploded. Inside the cage, McGregor was dominated. On that night, Khabib reigned supreme. After a long layoff, McGregor returned with a bang, finishing Donald Cerrone in just 40 seconds. The fire was still there, but his rivalry with Dustin Poirier reignited. In 2021, the two met again. This time, Poirier returned the favor, knocking McGregor out for the first time in his career. They met again months later, but fate intervened. A snapped leg ended the fight and nearly his career. Suddenly, the question wasn't about titles. It was about survival. Through pain, surgery, and rehab, McGregor rebuilt. Physically, mentally, spiritually. He stayed in the spotlight, coaching on The Ultimate Fighter, building businesses, and hinting at one final run. The comeback may be near, but whether it comes or not, one thing is clear. Conor McGregor changed the fight game forever. He talked the talk, he walked the walk, and in doing so, he became a legend.